Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Well, as we begin a new week, I hope that it will be better than last week. I spent much of my evenings and some time during the day watching the news as people were responding to the unfortunate and sad death of George Floyd. People turned out in cities and communities all across the country to peacefully protest. And at other times, violence broke out. There was just civil unrest from coast to coast. And it was a reminder that we live in a very fragile society, and we are perplexed on how to address the problems and ills of the world in which we live. I was reminded of a passage of scripture in James chapter 1, and I want to read it for us today before we close. But it says this, beginning in chapter 1, verse 2. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking, but when you ask him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver. For a person with divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. Such people should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Their loyalty is divided between God and the world, and they are unstable in everything they do. James was writing to God's people here and challenging us when we find ourselves in times of trouble, that it is an opportunity for us to grow. And if we're not sure what to do and we lack wisdom, to ask God for wisdom. But if our loyalties are divided between God and the world, we're going to be unstable. So as we now look at a new week and we have an opportunity to respond to what will happen in our lives and what's happening around us, I'm praying that God will give us wisdom and that we would be singularly focused upon him, and our confidence would be in him to give us insight, to help us to know how to speak and how to respond in moments of difficulty and trouble. So I'm asking you to pray with me, to be challenged by these verses, to be focused on him, to lead us, to give us what we need, to not be dependent upon government or systems or people to answer the ills of society, but to look to him who can bring healing and peace to our lives when we're experiencing trouble. I'm asking you to have that kind of faith and confidence in God to intervene on our behalf and to pray to that end this week. Will you join me in praying like that? Have a great week. God bless you.